for the Step Club or the Step Chain app. So remember, Step Club is the business section, and this is I hit my goal, 10,000 steps. I did it. Okay, so let's start on the bottom left-hand side. So this is essentially just articles for you to have a look at. So the idea is here, you're sitting in the subway or you're waiting in the waiting room or you've got 5 minutes to spare. Well, why don't you just pick up an article and learn a little bit of healthy tips? That's essentially what that's about over there. Activity, this is where you look and see what you've achieved. So this is for today. It tells me I've achieved 828 step points because I haven't played my mind game yet. It tells me my calories, history. This gives me a historic view of what's taking place. So you can see over here, I played a mind game and I got 230. And remember, you get capped at 769. So even if I today had more step points, even though I earned more or show more step points, I only get credited to a maximum of 10,000 steps. Otherwise, we'd run out of rewards. Somebody goes for a marathon run and they take all the points out of the pot, if that makes sense. So here you can see this is your steps and your insights over here gives you a little bit more insight. So if you have a look here, I have got complete 4 more daily goals to get a 5 times multiplier. So if I earn the 30,000 points and I'm disciplined and I do this, I get 5 times, not 2.5. I get 5 times the points I've earned, which is a great incentive. So I've walked for 25 days and I've played 24 games. Now I've got 4 more days to complete, and today's the 25th. So if I complete here, it will have 3 more because this will go 25 and it will recognize that I've done a game and it will say complete 3 more daily goals to achieve a multiplier. You've got your history sitting on this side, and I will try and do a game where we're actually, we'll go back and check that. So what is this leaderboard prizes here? So essentially, if you do your daily goals every day, you go onto a prize draw where 5 people a month get drawn for $100. That just gets credited to you as USDT. If you rank first, in other words, if you get drawn 3 times, you then get $1,000. If you get 6 times, you get $10,000. And so it goes on. When you click on the winners, keep in mind that there's different time zones around the world. So you will be placed, so I'm not sure where I am in the leaderboard. You can see I'm number 46. There's people that are out walking me, or they on to their next day because they're in a different country. So they've got more points because they're ahead of me. So these are people that are maximizing their points. They're exercising every day. They're making an effort. And you can scroll through and have a look and see that. Let's see the games. There's 2 games to choose from. You only need to play 1. So I'm going to click on the Sudoku. I don't know if this will scroll. There we go. So to explain how Sudoku works, essentially, you've got 9 blocks that you can see. You see these dark lines over here. On the first line, 1, you need the numbers from 1 to 9 that appears here. So you can't repeat the number in one line going this way. You can't repeat the number in one line going that way or one line going that way. And you can't repeat a number in a block over here. So this is moderate level. I've played this game a bit, so let's see if I can complete this. I don't know if this will allow me to do this. So 1, if I make a mistake, let's say there's a 5 there already and I put a 5 in that line, it says an invalid move. So let me just do that again. Can you see the red comes up and says an invalid move? So I've played this before, so I'm fairly knowledgeable on this game. And once I've completed this I will go back to see that the points. That's not right. Let's go back here. 3. When we complete a sequence, we will see. Okay, so let's complete this block here. So you can see I filled this block here in full. I've got a 1, I've got a 2, but I haven't got a 3. Then I go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what is the missing number here? That's got to be a 3, right? 1, 2, because I can only have 1 to 9 in the sequence. So if I look at this block over here, I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I'm missing. I can't repeat the number, so that's got to be an 8. If I go here and I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm missing an 8 here.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's how you complete the Sudoku level over here. So let's, if we finish this on, let's go here.
6.
6.
6 for 2.
Yeah, that's a 6 for 2. So if we go here and you look at the numbers going down, can you see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no repeats there. So there's no repeats in a block here. There's no repeats going down, and there's no repeats going across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's just complete this game and go and check the rewards. Which one is this?
3.
3.
3, 6,
Yeah,
5.
that's 365.
3, 6, 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing more Tetris recently. And going forward, they're going to jumble this all up, hey? So it's not going to be as easy as it currently is. The reason they made it easier is because people were struggling and they didn't have the mathematical calculations to do, they were struggling. So they made it a little bit easier for everybody. So remember, under the history, I didn't have my points for the game. I've completed my game. So technically, can you see there? I've completed level 168, and there's my points. So I've completed my goal of 25 walking days, and now I've completed technically 25 games. So if I go back to my insights here, can you see it's changed from 4 days to 3? It says complete 3 more daily goals to get a 5 times the multiplier. So for the next 3 days, provided I do my 10,000 steps and I play a game, I get 5 times my rewards, which I think is pretty cool. Let's go on to Tetris. So Tetris is, I don't know, I should be able to, how this game works is that you move right, you move left. The object of the game is to complete line breaks over here, and I can rotate over here to position the box, and then I push that button to get it down. So if I go here, and can you see the shadow? It tells me where it's going to fall, and I push the button and it falls. So the object of the game is to get a score of 10 or more. When you get a score of 10 or more, you can stop the game. It won't credit me because I've already played a mind game, but I just want to show you how this works. And this is just to give you a little bit of variation to the Sudoku. Again, the idea is to just take a little break and to play a mind game to take your mind off things. Tetris was invented by a Russian. In fact, there's a movie about it. It was one of the cool games. I don't know if people have played this before, but it's very good for spatial development and particularly for children as well. And this is probably why I can pack a car, with not a little. If I go on holiday, every little ounce of space is used, and everyone's amazed how I can pack a car. I think it's because I played too much Tetris as a kid. So can you see the score changing here at the top? So once you've got to 10, you would be able to then it will count the score. We are looking at reducing it down to 5 because people say they don't have time to play the game. I think it's important to take a little bit of chill time out. But again, this is what the focus group is. This is why we want to do this, is get feedback from people. The idea is to actually get the benefit of what we're doing, and that is to take a little time out and, do the breathing exercises, do the healthy bits, and make sure that we can all benefit from it. So I'll try and get to the 10th. It's a little bit slower because I'm using a mouse. So I need to get one more line break and then we're there. So you see that score of 10. Once you get to 10, you can just drop all the boxes. And then when it says game over, you would be able to go back and go and see your activity. And then it will show you in the insights over here that obviously I've already got it's actually given me the credit for that game as well. So there we go. I've got 26. So that's maybe an error on their part. Maybe it's because we're playing two different games. They give you credit so you can maximize your games in advance there. The social side over here, this had a lot of functionality in it, which you can do calls and all sorts of things. We want to, in my opinion, this needs to change a lot where I don't want, like if you want to meet up with people in your area to be able to go walking and things like that, but where people can allow you to be part of your circle, maybe that's something that we need to do. Not to have it like a dating app, but it's like, I want to go for a walk. Who's in my area that would like to go for a walk? What do we do with the social aspect? So that we need feedback from the community. I think it would be nice to know who's in the area. I mean, let's say somebody in the area is here and I'm also part of Step Club. This will lead to us being able to host walking sessions where all the Step Club members can just meet for a cup of coffee and go for a walk together. What do we do with the social side here and how do we build it together? That's where we want to take it forward. So the marketplace, how do we make our rewards work for us? As you can see in the top right-hand side, I've got 677,000 accumulated points. Remember, that's after I've already used the points and bought this. What some people aren't aware of, when you get to 500,000 points, you get a bonus of 10%. So in other words, if I reach 500,000, I will get a 50,000 step bonus. When I reach 1,000,000, I get a 15%. So I think that's 150,000 that I would get, or 100,000. I need to just double check. But you get, I think it's 150,000 because you banked your coins or banked your step points to 1,000,000, then you get a 15% bonus. So I think 500,000 is a 10% bonus. If I remember correctly, getting to 1,000,000, you get 15% bonus points. And that is how that guy was able to achieve getting an iPhone. All the different categories are here. You've got a shopping cart, a wish list, and you can go and say, right, what are the different categories? So if this is now the step chain coin, the SEC coin, so I can use my points over here, the dollars, to get the ICO token before it lists. So I can turn my points into tokens just by walking. If you want to get vouchers, and let's say you're building up your steps, you can accumulate your points. And if you're maximizing, so look at in my case, I could buy another yearly voucher because I've got the money here. I could order this yearly voucher and I've already paid for my next year. So effectively, if I embrace the system, use the system, share the system, it doesn't cost me. And if I share it, I get a passive income and I build off that. I build my community. I have friends. We're all walking, all getting healthy. And from what I've accumulated, I can essentially buy my own voucher. Or I could say, hang on, I've got enough points. Instead of me getting my earphones, I want to buy 2 quarterly vouchers and give that to to some friends of mine or build my business accordingly. Electronics, you can choose whether it's a watch, iPhone. Now, if it's not available in your country, we make a plan and try and get it through to you. So these are the headphone sets that I ordered. In fact, I will try and even go to my order history here to see if it comes up. So can you see there? I ordered there. I used 398,000 points. I ordered, and that was the 10th of September, and my order number was 123. The tracking, and I received them, and I'm using them. And so you got your electronics that you can choose. I just can't scroll down. I don't know why controlling this doesn't allow me to do it, but you can go and have a look at yourself. And fitness accessories, we've had people that have got various different things like benches and all sorts of different things. You can also turn that into one of the people got a bench like this, and there was a little bit left over, and they got something else. So that's essentially the app taken care of. It's not supposed to be over sophisticated. It's not supposed to make it so difficult that you can't understand it. This isn't the most sophisticated app. We understand that, but we're also not appealing to marathon runners and fitness runners. This is an app for everyday people to really just get moving again, build our community, build our loved ones, and start to work together. Is there any other questions? I'm open to the floor on questions about the app, about the website, or anything in general with related to Step Club. Any questions that you want to put in the group or raise a hand? Did I do a good job? Yes, Mario says. So does a workshop like this help? Because I'm planning to, obviously, I want to do presentations maybe 3 times a week at different time sessions. So if you've got anybody that's interested, they can come and have a look. And on the dashboard, it shows feet. Michael, I think you'll be able to, I'm not sure. I'll pick it up with them. You can raise that in it should be meters. I'm not sure, being an American. Maybe it's a good point. Look, we are still picking up on little bugs and little small things. So having more eyes on this. Remember, as I said, we've been gone through a 6-month beta phase, and this is the 3 months that we want to really use this to make sure that we iron out everything, we really understand everything, we get all of your feedback, and then when we launch the ICO coin, and we help other people on board. Samuel and Marilyn, I'm not sure if it's both of you or just one of you. Can you unmute and ask a question, please? Hello? You're unmuted. I can't hear you unless somebody else can.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay, yes, it's Marilyn. And our just question is, if we're part of the community, is it possible to make suggestions in the products that were listed for the rewards
Absolutely.
that might be available?
Yeah. So what they've done is they draw the products from the Amazon store. And well, one thing is we want to have a threshold where there's a minimum order value. We don't want a situation where people are just not aspiring to their rewards, so to speak, but we are incentivizing people to be able to cash out on $90 or $60 for their tokens. But I think there should be a threshold in that, the orders, so that people can accumulate their rewards and go through the system. We want to avoid people working the system. In other words, the question was asked, well, can I not just get a $30 voucher each month and that's it? I think we'd get into a situation that will just spin, and that won't be good for the business. We need to make it aspirational. And like a lot of things, people fall away. So think of all those points that get fallen away after 6 months. That goes back into the business and reward the people that have stuck with the program and working with the program. But you want them to make suggestions, but there will be a threshold value that I think we need to keep in the system.
So where would we submit our suggestions for the product?
You can put that in support under general. So under the general, you can attach an image and say, hey, I love what you got in the store. Is it possible to include this?
Great. Thank you.
That's what we want to do over the next 3 months. I mean, we've got like creatine there and other things, but I don't think some people want creatine. Maybe they want something else, a different kind of health product. So it would be nice to get this is what's been put forward for the community. Now we're getting the community feedback. So all that sort of stuff is most welcome. I hope, did I get your Marisa? Oh my gosh, I think I mispronounced it again. No,
Okay. Mir, yeah. You know how to say
Mira,
yes in Afrikaans. So think of the end of it as yeah.
Mira,
Miria.
Mira. Okay, now I've got it down. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. Rory, the presentation that you did earlier today on the other Zoom, would that be available at all for translation to another language? I've done that on another program. I've translated and I do presentations in Finnish. And I think I would like to do that. I
No,
think
that'd
this
be
is
fantastic.
something.
If you do it and you want to give it to me to post out into the Finnish group, or you post it on your YouTube, most welcome.
No, I would actually do the presentations. I would do live presentations. At least
Yeah.
I would like to see what the what feedback I would get in Finland.
No, that would be wonderful. Well, that's what we've created is the groups. So you'll see in that the Step Club, we on the WhatsApp, I've created the different countries where we see people.
Yes,
And
yeah. I'm in that group. Yes.
no,
Yes.
you just invite friends and family or anybody into that group. You know what I mean? And you market it. That's part of your own WhatsApp group if you want, because
Yeah.
WhatsApp has a limitation of 5,000 people. But yes, I've got other presentations I can send to you. Today was a very reduced version. I can happily share that with you. But today was just a very reduced version of the bigger presentation because I wanted to talk about the concept of the commission structure, which we're debating what's the best way to go.
Yeah.
But I must.
Yeah, you see, yeah, I've got some contacts in Finland, people who do understand English, but then there are many who don't. So I would need to translate it, and I'd be happy to do that.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So
want
should I just send you a message and ask you for that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I will download the presentations, a couple of different ones, and just make sure they're more or less right, and give you various different slides of different things, and then you can make up whatever you want to with those standard presentation slides, and then just have your own meeting with the greatest pleasure.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great pleasure. Anthea.
Hello, good day.
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I just had a strange phone call from someone from the focus group. They told me that there's going to be a meeting tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Is that true?
Or I don't know. This is why one of the things with the accountability partners, we want to identify people that are doing these wrong things. It's very hard to manage. If you can just report that person to me and I'll go and check if they are in the group, we will go and identify them and just block them out of the group if they're doing things like that.
Yes, the person told me that, well, their name came up as Saka, and he forwarded some information, like a code for me to click on, and I was
Well, you forward that through to me if you got my WhatsApp details, Anthea. If you can just give me
I just want to verify that he is a member, and because I told him that you normally notify us in the email or on WhatsApp. So
Correct.
I found it a bit strange. So I said I would ask you.
Yeah, please just block the number or share it with me and then we'll have a look at it. So unfortunately, this is why we're trying to keep this more private, with the focus groups. But somehow people get a link from somebody else and then they come in, and then we haven't fully identified them, if that makes sense, because it might be somebody that wants to join, but then they're coming in to try and promote something else or scam people. So if we as a community can just be vigilant together, and exactly what you've done now is perfect, Anthea. Bring it to our attention. We block that number, we block the person, and we're just not interested in any of those kind of things happening. I don't want people getting spammed or anything like that. And that's one of the reasons why I created my own domain, roryconacher.com, because I have people that take my identity in places like Telegram and market things as if it was me. I've got a guy in Instagram that's taken my face, and he's a normal, regular guy who's trying to trade off my, my name, but he's talking about his own thing. So it's just very strange what some people do there. So let's just keep vigilant together.
Yeah, Lorna said she also received a call yesterday, so maybe she must just forward the details to you.
Yes, please. Yeah, and as accountability partners, Sharon, we can quickly get on top of that and just smash those people and just get them out of the system. Is there any other questions? It's been hopefully this has added some value. I just thought a workshop like this to get some feedback, get a better understanding. So if it has helped, thank you for taking the time. I have recorded the session, so I'll share it out. Maybe it's something you want to watch again. And hopefully now you've got a better understanding of the back office and how that works. So
Great.
Thank you very much, everybody. Any last minute questions, or should we call it a night?
That's all. Thank you. Thank you, Rory.
Okay, guys. Thank you for your time, for coming to join, and we'll move forward. You guys take care.
Thank you, Rory. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.